Hey, I'm Demitri with the Demitri Team, and I'm glad you stopped by. One of the things that probably got you here was a voice mail that I probably left for you, maybe a text message that we ended up having to send to you because we got your voicemail. But that is that you probably have a house that you are looking to sell, and we have buyers that are looking for houses. Our immediate buyers that we have are looking specifically for off-market houses. They are investors. They are looking for homes that they can rent right away. Not every home that we bring to them works because they've got to make a return on that house. But we definitely have that group. More importantly, though, we know how to sell houses, and we have buyers to do that. So let's talk a little bit more. If you'll take a few minutes, go ahead and watch this. I think you'll be interested enough, and if you are truly somebody looking to sell your house, I think we're going to end up working together. So, as we know, life simply happens, right? It's all kinds of things. Whether you've got a job relocation, a divorce, you get married, you have kids, your kids go off to college, whatever the reason is, there are reasons that people need to sell a house, and there are the same set of reasons that people need to buy a house. Obviously, they're not the same reason on both sides, but this group of reasons, what I call life happens, is what keeps our market rolling no matter where we are. All that means is that, one year we might sell, 10,000 houses, and the next year we might only sell 8,000 houses. But quite honestly, across history-wise, especially Palm Beach County, it has been pretty well steady on what is sold year to year, regardless of the condition. Prices might have changed, but the number of homes that sold is about the same. All right, so when should you sell? Well, first off, you got to ask yourself, do you need to sell? Do you actually have one of those life happening things that says you need to sell? And I would ask you to look at not just in the immediate point, but in the future, 3 to 5 years out. Do you have something coming up? Do you want to downsize? Do you want to relocate? Are you looking to retire? Or is there any one of those reasons? And the reason I tell you to do that is because if that is the case, now's the time to sell. And the reason for that is today is the time that we're going to get you the most money for your property, which means that's the most equity that you're going to put into your pocket. And if this is the time. Sell now, don't delay. You can see this graph goes up and down. You can see back in '05 how everything had jumped up, and then we had the '08 drop down. It took a while for things to come back. We're in that same situation. It's not going to be exactly the same heights on everything, but it's going to do the same thing. It's going to drop. It's going to take a while to rebound. So that's why I said 5 years, because you're probably 7 at minimum, probably 10 years before whatever I could sell your house for today is what I could sell it for again. All right. So like I said, we are a team. I actually had a person, we went on a listing appointment, and they asked me probably the best question anybody ever asked me on a listing appointment. Do you work with buyers? That's an important question, and a lot of people don't really understand possibly the gravity to that, and that is that the majority of agents out here, they are either a listing agent or they are a buyer's agent. They don't do both. They hope to do buyer's agents, but they don't really have the platform or the pieces that they work on to actually fulfill on the buyer side. They can go out and get listings all day long, but they rely on the MLS, not us. We do both. We have buyers and sellers that we are working with. We have agents on our team that do listings, and we have agents that are on our team that work with buyers. We put all that together to get your house sold. In fact, just recently we took a listing, and 6 days later we had it under contract, and that's in this market right now today. This was just a week and a half ago. So we are able to do that. And you're probably wondering, like, well, why? Well, one of the reasons is we don't rely on the MLS to get your house sold. We use the MLS, but we don't rely on it. And how do we not rely on it? Well, we have our own marketing. We do direct marketing. We actually take a look at your house, figure out who's most likely to want to buy it. Is this a starter house where somebody coming out of a rental property probably makes more sense? We're going to target those sort of people with a different type of marketing that we do, whether it's Facebook, Google pay-per-click, whether it's postcards, letters that we do, phone calls that we do. All of those things actually work together in concert to get your house sold. We actually have a 5,000 plus active buyers in our CRM database that we reach out to. Those buyers have all talked to us at some point over the last 2.5 years, have told us they are going to buy. Some of them have put stuff off simply because of COVID and said we're a couple years out, but we consistently stay in touch with them. We tell them about properties, and we've had people say, hey, I like that property, I'm ready to buy now. We actually have custom Facebook audiences. So this isn't just put your ad on Facebook and hope somebody that would like it is there. We've actually got demographics that were done over years that allowed us to create an audience. We got 20,000 plus in our custom audience that we can now target for your house. We know that they are most likely the type of people that are going to buy your house. We also market to your neighbors. You know, we go to a minimum of 50. Most of the time we do 100 or more to tell people about your house, especially if we're going to do an open house. We want to tell them about it. People love having their friends and their relatives, whether it's a parent. This is something that's very common right now in Florida, having their parent or children move to where they are. We also have a lot of people that move here from out of town. So somebody moved here for retirement. Their friend back in New York is 2 years behind them. They're staying in touch. Their friend says, all right, I'm ready to retire. Well, why don't you move in the same neighborhood that I am? So we tell people about those houses because those are opportunities that they might miss if somebody doesn't tell them otherwise. That's our 10,000 plus out of area database as well, that we go to people that we know they're moving. I don't know if you realize this, but on an average of about 1,000 people a week are moving into Florida. That's a lot of bodies coming into Florida. All right, we do take professional pictures. We do a professional presentation. So why do I bring that up? Well, I look at a lot of listings, and there are photos taken by an iPhone. That's terrible. That's not a good photo. I don't know how somebody sitting in their easy chair on their laptop or even on their phone sitting in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, thinking they want to get out of the snow and come down here to Palm Beach and live, how they are ever going to be able to make a good decision looking at something and going, yeah, I like that. In most cases, they're going to look at it and it's going to look bad, and they're going to go, no, that's terrible. It's not in good shape. It doesn't look great. And that's because the picture made it look that way as opposed to reality. We utilize professional photos. They're done in the great light. They make sure they eliminate shadows. We eliminate as many things as we can. We want the house picked up, cleaned up. We don't want it cluttered. We don't want your countertop in your kitchen full of crap. It might be right now, but we're going to clear that off so that when we take a picture, it's a nice clean slate for somebody looking to move into that house and wonder, all right, will that kitchen work for me? The other thing that we utilize are 3D virtual tours. Now, there's only two types of 3D virtual tours. You'll see people out here with 3D virtual tours, and all they are is a glorified motion within flat pictures. That's not really 3D. It's not interactive. Matterport and Zillow 3D. Those are the only two that are interactive. We utilize the Zillow 3D most of the time. Sometimes we do a Matterport, just kind of depends. Matterport allows you to do floor plans as well. So sometimes, especially on higher end homes, we will look at doing a Matterport as opposed to the Zillow 3D. We build out landing pages. Every listing that we've got, we do a landing page. In fact, you want to check it out, go to home.thedimitriteam.com. You'll see that's the starting point for where all of the listings that we have. There's a link for every landing page for every listing that we've got. You'll see the 3Ds, the photo galleries. You'll see all of that. We actually market to other buyers agents. So there are other agents. We want to tell them about the house. We want to tell them why their buyer should come. A lot of times what you have in the MLS isn't really sufficient. You put a lot of stuff, you fill in a lot of blanks, but it really takes more of a human contact to get somebody to really be thinking about your property. We take that extra effort to actually have additional conversations with people to directly have them be interested in getting their buyers to be interested in in buying your house. We do like putting a sign in the yard. We're not able to everywhere because sometimes an HOA doesn't let us. There might be rules that might not. You might not want a sign in your yard. Sometimes people don't want their neighbors to actually know they're selling their house. It's up to you. We do like to put a sign in the house. We do like to do an open house. Now let me tell you about open houses. We're going to have multiple agents there. And we're going to ask that you take all of the valuables that you've got and take them with you when we're doing the open house. We can't trust people in the world today. We don't know what people are going to do. We always think the best of them. But I'd hate to find out Grandma's diamond ring got stolen out of the jewelry box in your bedroom because we missed their sleight of hand on us. So that's something, and that's whether we do it or any other agent does it. That's something to keep in mind. We do much, much more than these things. Here's an open house flyer that we do. This actually can go on flyers, postcards, letters. It's just an idea of what we do to market different properties. You want to know, have we been successful? So within our office, here's September. You can see, myself and also another member, Yelena. You see everything in yellow is us. So, we did a good job. We got multiple things sold. We were in one of the top performers there. Same month, we had number of written units, meaning that's whether that's contract. So that's whether it's a listing or an actual purchase contract, and then the number of listings. We were in the top two. We were the second one in that. Did it again in June. I wrote a bunch of deals in June. Same thing as far as our team in June. You can see we did the listings, number of listings sold as well. Let's see, May, again, I was a top group within May. And again, the team was there for written units and closed units and number of listings sold. So we do have history and success that you can count on. All right, what are your next steps? Well, what I'd ask you to do is there's a couple more videos on here. You see at the top, there's a explain listing agreement video. There's a price your home video. I'd ask you to at least watch those two. Decide whether you want to work with us. Obviously, I hope you do. But even if you don't want to work with us, be sure if you're going to sell your house to watch the explain listing agreement. I run into a lot of upset sellers because they didn't understand the listing agreement. The agent didn't really sufficiently explain to them. They didn't understand what they were getting into, and it didn't turn out right. So please watch that one. You ready to work with us? You'll see on our site there's a schedule a Zoom call. I'd love to do that. And obviously there's more videos within our video library. So that's the page you're on. And you can see at the top we've got our menu, video library. There's a bunch of different videos on topics that I think are important to sellers that would make a difference. You have under the contact agent, there's a schedule a Zoom call so we can get together. And then obviously everything's good, you want to go, we're going to physically come to your house. Probably from the Zoom call, we do everything, decide we're going to do it. We're going to bring the photographer and everything. We're going to schedule a date. Let's get rolling. How do you reach us? Well, you already saw schedule a Zoom call. You want to call me? There's a number, 561-440-2186. Reach out, give me a call. You want to email me, it's Demitri at Demitri Team. And I look forward to working with you and hearing from you soon. And hey, even if you're not going to work with me, I certainly would appreciate some feedback. Was this video helpful? Shoot me an email, shoot me a text, either one. Just let me know. Hey, it was good, it wasn't good. I learned something, thanks for it. Just let me know whether I'm on the right track trying to help people decide about selling their house. All right, have a great day.